Yo, welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. College football has started. The weekend's kicked off big, going into this Labor Day weekend. And what a way to start this college football season, man. As we expected, the big news coming into Saturday's big game was Colorado coming down to Fort Worth to take on the TCU Horned Frogs, a team that just was represented in the national championship last year and got dethroned by Georgia. You know, not a lot of returning players, a makeover with their roster, but everybody believed that TCU would actually stomp a mud hole in Colorado. They was 21-point, favorites, coming into the game. And before the season started, when Deion took over this football team, he said, "We coming, and we believe." I want to appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me. Appreciate everybody that's supporting the podcast. And I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you got your post notifications on. Make sure you're subscribed to Simply Ball Dropping. Not only do we do sports, we do a roundtable talk, we do a marriage chronicles, and put them post notifications on so you'll know every time that Simply Ball Dropping drops a hot banger. I see all the comments, man. I see everybody in the comments section. I respond to all the comments. I just appreciate it, man. And like I said, this is my mantra. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for somebody else. But like I say, before we get started, what I always say, DJ, kick the beat.
Yeah. Simply Ball Dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up, ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What, you want to swing? I rope a dunk like the one on this boxing thing. That's a punchline. I'm the greatest of all times. Got something on your mind, hit us up on the line. For that round table talk, ask B Hunt and Sheena. And K-Sap 2, for their views on our dudes. Marriage Chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I want to ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic. Check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through. Pull up, the hottest pot smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion. Yeah, simply ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up. Chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up?
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Just like that, man. Shout out to my man James IV for the hot intro, man. And I know what y'all here for, man. Great day in college football, man. Started off with the big noon game between Colorado and TCU Horned Frogs. And like Deion said, we coming. Today's game, it was a great game. We saw some individual talents on display at a high level. And before we get started, man, this notion of certain players, because of their namesakes, getting these special treatments, we got to stop that, man. And we just saw today, I know it's just game one for the Colorado Buffaloes, man, but they made a statement in the college football, man. And for somebody that's coming from a HBCU to a Power 5 conference and put up the numbers that Shedeur Sanders put up today is unbelievable. We saw some individual talents on display. 510 yards passing, 4 TDs. But what stood out to me was the composure and the way he controlled the game. And if you look at it, when Deion made that statement is, we got Louis coming, but you got to have somebody that's stuffing the suitcase and packing the bags. And that was Shedeur Sanders. And the way he dismantled that TCU defense, picking them apart, putting the ball to the receivers and the backs coming out of the backfield where only they could get it. And we also have to talk about Travis Hunter. the two-way sensation, cornerback, wide receiver. And if you look at early in the game when Shedeur dropped back and threw that bomb to Travis Hunter and he beat TCU's best corner and he dropped the ball, I was like, oh, he'll make up for it. And did he make up for it in big ways? Defensively, they threw the ball at him 7 times. They only had 1 completion on him for 5 yards. And I've tell people the thing about Travis Hunter and the comparisons that they want to compare him with Deion Sanders. Back in the days when Deion played at Florida State, the brash, the camaraderie, and the charisma, the pump up the crowd, and just that alone was intimidating to the opposing offensive coordinator and the quarterback, and they wouldn't even look his way. But with Travis, why do they keep on testing Travis like he's not him? Like his defensive ball skills and his footwork and the way he plays the ball and his ball positioning is uncanny to anybody else that I've seen in a long time playing that cornerback position in college. And the thing about it is they keep testing this guy, and they went to the well too many times, and it showed when TCU was marching down the field, when they was backed up on their own goal line, they was backed up on the 2-yard line, and they got a big run for 72 yards, which Travis Hunter didn't give up on the play and made the tackle along with, Shiloh Sanders. And with that, they got down to the 3-yard line. But what was remarkable about that interception that Travis Hunter had, if you look at the play in its full totality, he was playing the slant for the inside guy for the slant. But he checked out of that and took the flat receiver coming out of the backfield and made a diving interception. That's ball skills and adjustment on that side of the ball. The thing about that is he played like 150 some snaps. Is he going to be able to keep that up through the whole course of the year? I don't think so. So what it is you got to play him defensively because that's their best corner. And, the only holdover from Colorado's secondary is Woods. Number 47, the guy that made the first interception in the game, which was a great interception. That was a tone setter when TCU was driving the ball after Colorado then scored on their first possession. And then the pickoff, the momentum started changing. But the thing that stood out to me was the ability for Shedeur Sanders to control the tempo, the high speed, the fast pace. The offensive coordinator had a great game plan where, Shedeur was just getting the ball out in time. But his ball placement and his ability to throw the deep ball and drop it in the bucket is something special. Coming in from a HBCU, coming to a Power 5 conference, playing his first game, and you breaking records. You threw for 510 yards, and you had 4 touchdowns. And let's not forget about the small kid, Dylan Edwards out of Dallas, Texas. Deion been coaching this guy since he's been 4 years old, and he's short in stature, but he made a great impact. And coming out of the backfield, he only had 5 carries, 24 yards, but he had 5 receptions for 139 yards and 3 TDs. He had the game-sealing clincher TD on a 4th down and 2, where he catches the ball out of the backfield from a great pass from Shedeur Sanders and puts the ball right where he needed to get his receiver to keep it running. He turned up the sidelines and he got going. And the thing about it is, what people fail to realize is coming into this game, the question was Colorado's offensive line. Their offensive line really doesn't have no beef, but they held up well. And they actually played a great game, and they protected Shedeur. They protected him. He got sacked 4 times, but they held their own. That was the key that I saw that everybody was concerned about. They don't have enough size up front, and they didn't know what Shedeur was going to be able to do, keeping the defense off of them. So kudos to Colorado's offensive line. Also, Jimmy Horn Jr., some spectacular catches, setting it up, getting his hands on the ball. Yeah, he did drop 1 deep ball, but Shedeur said put that on him because he missed 2 deep balls. And I think he was in reference to the one that Jimmy Horn dropped and also the one Travis Hunter dropped. But Coach Prime said it, man. We coming. Nobody believed in Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. And the crazy thing about it is Colorado has put the college football world on notice, man. And with this win, beating the number 17 team in TCU, you know, with the stature on how they did it, came into Dallas-Fort Worth and got the job done. I just think in this instance, they might move up into the top 25. I know it's early. I know it's one game, but it's a sample size. And you look at what Travis Hunter did on offense. You know, he had 9 catches for $119. You know, he had 3 tackles and 1 interception. He could have had 3 picks, but the notion is these guys keep trying him. I mean, hey, don't do that, man, because he's him. Like Deion said going into the halftime, man, you know, that Heisman could be sitting in there chilling in the refrigerator. But now you gotta say to yourself, man, Colorado got 2 guys that's, you know, should be front runners for Heisman. And that's Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. You can't miss with either one of them. I know it's only the first game. I know everybody's going to get their panties in bunches and stuff, man. But what we saw on display today was spectacular. And the thing about it is with TCU got some beef up front. And the thing about Colorado's defense, man, they gotta fix some things, man. That defensive line, they really didn't get no pressure on TCU. And the thing about it is moving forward, playing these other games, they playing at home next week against Nebraska and Matt Rule. Matt Rule suffered his first defeat as the coach of Nebraska. They took an L to Minnesota. But with Colorado winning this game against TCU, they have to go home in front of their crowd because it's going to be ruckus. Everybody believes now. They know that Colorado is coming. Colorado has put a statement out there. And everybody that's in college football and people that didn't believe in what Deion was bringing to the table, said he couldn't do the job because of all the brash stuff that Deion said when he took over the coaching position, talking about we coming, we got Louis, and all the kids jumped in the transfer portal. But the thing about Colorado, what I like, they got skilled guys at these skilled positions that can make plays. And that's the difference in today's game. Fast pace, up and down. But for TCU, the concern with TCU moving forward is their quarterback. Yeah, he has some good plays, but his ball placement and his inability to hit the guys where they need to catch the ball. He has some overthrows. The ball got away from him a couple times. And, you know, he just got to make the adjustments. But, you know, coming in, TCU didn't want to hear it. You know, they didn't believe either. And, you know, when you don't believe and stuff like that, and you coming in riding on a high, thinking that you coming off a national championship title game, that you got defeated by Georgia, and you playing the highly underdog in Colorado, and you know how the underdogs are. Underdogs it's the first game of the season, anything can happen. And that's what happened to TCU today. And the crazy thing about it is Colorado came all the way from Boulder, came into Dallas-Fort Worth, came back to a territory where Deion's familiar with, you know, coaching these kids up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, from Pee Wee football to Trinity Valley, and to bring these guys along that they believe in Coach Prime and to be togetherness. It was something special. So today was a treat. And if this is anything that we can look forward to, man, it's going to be exciting college football season for the Colorado Buffaloes. And me personally, man, I mean, it had me tuned into the game. Like, it had me glued to the television watching this because of what Deion brings to the table and what he displayed and everything. And a kudos to Deion Sanders' son, Junior, Bucky. His social media, man, he puts all this together, man, and he's put Colorado in the limelight, man, for all his YouTube stuff. So if y'all guys want to follow anything that's related to Colorado, man, just go follow Well Off Media with Deion Sanders Jr., man. He keeps everybody abreast, and he keeps this train going, and he makes it happen, man. He gets all the footage that a lot of people don't see, man. And kudos, man. Kudos to Deion Sanders Jr. But I want to listen to what Deion had to say, and when we listen to it, I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you my thoughts on what he's trying to say.
Wonderful game, wonderful beginning, intriguing, passionate, purposeful. It was all of that. We had some guys that singled themselves out with their playing and their playing ability. A lot of guys you doubted. One of them from HBCU. I think he had 510 yards passing in a Power 5 football game. And he happened to be my son. And I'm proud of him tremendously. Defensively, we had some letdowns, but the guys came and made the plays when they needed. I think we broke a record. Everything we do seems like a record. 4 receivers with 100 yards. We didn't run the ball greatly, but we threw the heck out of the football. Savion, another back, played a great game. All the guys contributed, Dylan as well as Hankerson. The line did their thing, fought their butts off. We got to fix some things on defense, especially special teams, because I think we gave up 3 or 4 turnovers. We gave up the kickoff. We had a fumble. A couple other things happened in the first half. But hats off to the opposing team. They're coached greatly. I believe their head coach, I love him to life, what he did, turning the program around at SMU as well as here last year. Good man. I had a moment with him in the middle of the field when one of the guys were injured, just to let him know how much I appreciate him, how much I respect him for what he's accomplished, and I really look up to him. He's a good man, and his team was well coached today. Let's have some questions so I can go back and enjoy myself with my kids.
Brian, go ahead. There's no mic.
Well, it was, I'm not going to say it was fun. It was satisfying in the end. You got to understand, time the second ticks off the clock. I'm ready for next. Like I'm thinking, okay, we got to fix this, fix that, because we got to be much more dominant next week in all phases, not just one phase, but offensively, defensively, special teams. Offensively, we did it. Defense, we got to fix some things. And special teams were horrendous. We got a kick block as well as Durner gave up a touchdown. That was horrendous. How you doing, sweetheart? For real? Shedeur Sanders from HBCU? The one that played at Jackson last year? The one that you asked me, why would I give him the starting job? I'm like, that, no, not you. I got receipts. I know who they are. Not you, baby. I just got to say it. I would never do.
Man, kudos to Deion Sanders on that post-game press conference, man. Basically what he's saying, he got receipts, man. He got receipts on everything, the negative naysayers, on what they said that he couldn't do, didn't have the knowledge to coach football, but what he did with that Jackson State program in 3 years. I think he was 26-5 over 3 years. Kudos to him, man. But like he said, he got the receipts, man. And he touched on a lot of things that they could clean up. I've seen a lot of things that they could clean up. And I think Shedeur alleviated to that too in his post-game press conference, talking about they wasn't even at their best today and they still got the job done 45-42. But Deion was saying special teams, they got to clean some things up. A lot of missed tackles, a lot of penalties that hurt, like on the 3rd down and 18, the roughing passer that kept TCU on the field, that allowed them to go score and put the pressure on Colorado, but the composure of Shedeur Sanders to march them right back down the field and score again was remarkable. But it's a lot of things that they got to clean up, man. The defense, which he alleviated too, man. And, you know, Deion holds his hat high on the defense, man, plus with these cornerbacks and these safeties, man. And Shiloh, man, he had a great game. I think Shiloh had like 10 or 11 tackles, but he missed a few tackles. He missed a tackle on the one when the guy scored on the touchdown. And where we missed, a lot of things that we missed, we give the kudos to Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and Dylan Edwards, man. But Savion Wilkins, man, he played a great game, man. He scored the touchdown. He was getting the hard yards. For Colorado. He's a big back. You know, he was getting the 2 and 3 yard ground pounding yards, man. And the thing about Colorado is, man, they got to establish a run game. The run game has to be better. But today we got a treat. We saw something special in the skill players. And like I said, man, you know, they always give Heisman front runners, man. And, you know, the two that was on display today, any other stats from any other college games that are better than what Travis Hunter did offensively and defense, playing 150 some snaps, and then what Shedeur Sanders did. First game against a Power 5 conference, breaking records, 510 yards passing, 4 TDs. I think he do like 45 passes, completed like 37 of them. So kudos to Colorado, a great start to the season, man. It was special, but Deion said it's a lot of things that they got to clean up. And I think Deion will go back to the drawing board once they get back home to Boulder and get with his coaching staff and come up with a game plan for Nebraska. But, we off to something special, man. And for the guys that, Deion said, we got room for you, man. Now do you believe? Deion made me a believer today. Got me tuned in. So you guys let me know what y'all think in the comment. And like I said, shows are always sponsored by...
This episode is sponsored by True Choice Insurance. Here at True Choice, we take a different philosophy when it comes to providing you with your insurance options. We emphasize the value of the products we offer, instead of playing on the fear of you not being protected in your time of need. True Choice is affiliated with more than 60 insurance companies. This makes us one of the most independent agencies in the state of Texas. Please visit TrueChoiceInsurance.com for all your insurance needs. Boho Chic Boutique is dedicated to the lovers of fashion, specializing in bohemian chic handbags, accessories, and personal shopping. Visit Boho Chic Boutique at bohochictx.com. BOHOCHICTX.com.
Yeah, kudos to all my sponsors. Appreciate everything that you do. And like I said, I always appreciate Brian Kelly over there at True Choice Insurance. Man, y'all get with that guy for all your insurance needs, man. And like I said, man, for all the merchandise, man, that y'all want to rock, that Simply Ball Dropping rocks on these podcasts and what we rock around in, just visit www.simplybaldropping.com. For all your clothing, just go to the store. I got new merch dropping. Also, make sure you're following us on all our social medias, our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our TikTok page. And all you got to do is search Simply Ball Dropping. K-Sap, the man behind the mic. And guys, just leave a comment. Let me know what you think, man. And tell a friend and tell a friend. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Salute.